Hello friends, welcome back. I am Dr. Ankit Jesha of Sri PM Patel Institute of PG Studies and Research in Science. Today I am giving this another online video for TYBSc chemistry students. Again, it's a semester 5 for US 05 CCH 23 physical chemistry. Now in this video I will start with the actual syllabus of Sardar Patel University. So let's start with unit number 1. That is, first topic is the limitations of first law of thermodynamics. Now that is what? The first law gives relation between the heat absorbed and the work performed by a system. First law has no restriction on direction of flow of heat. So according to first law, it is impossible to extract heat from ice by cooling it to a low temperature. એનો મતલબ એવો થાય કે જો આપણે બરફને ઠંડો બનાવવામાં આવે તો એમાંથી વાતાવરણમાં આપણે ઉર્જા મેળવી શકતા નથી. તો ઉષ્માગતિશાસ્ત્રના પ્રથમ નિયમના આધારે આપણે આ વસ્તુ કરી શકતા નથી. The first law tells us that energy of one form can be converted into another form. But it does not tell that heat cannot be completely converted into equivalent amount of work. એટલે એનર્જીનું ઉર્જાનું એક સ્વરૂપમાંથી બીજા સ્વરૂપમાં રૂપાંતર થઈ શકે છે, પણ ઉર્જાનું કમ્પ્લીટ 100% કાર્યમાં રૂપાંતર થાય એવું ફર્સ્ટ લો ઓફ થર્મોડાયનેમિક્સ ઉષ્માગતિશાસ્ત્રના પ્રથમ નિયમ પરથી આપણે જાણી કહી શકતા નથી. તો શું કરવું જોઈએ આપણે? તો એના માટે શું જરૂરી છે? That requires need for another law. That's why second law of thermodynamics there. So what is the second law of thermodynamics? You know that we have always seen in this previous video. It is about two terms, that is entropy and free energy. So next thing is spontaneous or irreversible processes. So which are spontaneous processes? You can see that we can see some examples for that. So water flows downhill spontaneously. We cannot reverse that process without some external aid. If a bar of metal is hot at one end and cold at another end, it flows spontaneously from hot end to the cold end until temperature of the rod becomes uniform. આપણે જોઈ શકીએ છીએ કે ભાઈ પાણી હંમેશા ઉપરથી નીચે ઊંચા સ્થળથી નીચા તાપમાન તરફ જ વહન કરે છે. સેમ એવી રીતે આપણે એક સળિયો લીધો હોય, એનો એક ભાગ ગરમ હોય અને એક ભાગ ઠંડો હોય, તો ઓટોમેટિક એ હીટ આગળ વધતી જશે. ક્યાં સુધી? જ્યાં સુધી બંને ભાગમાં એક સરખું તાપમાન ના થાય ત્યાં સુધી. સેમ એવી રીતે diffusion of a solute from more concentrated solution to a less concentrated solution occurs spontaneously until the concentration becomes uniform throughout. And another example is heat always flows from hot reservoir to a cold reservoir spontaneously. ऊर्जा પણ પાણીમાં ફક્ત જે આપણે રિઝર્વોયર કહીએ, ગરમ રિઝર્વોયરથી ઠંડા રિઝર્વોયર તરફ હંમેશા આપમેળે જાય છે. તો આ બધી જ પ્રક્રિયાઓ કેવી છે? નેચરલ છે and spontaneous. Means all natural processes occur spontaneously. So remember this sentence, all natural processes occur spontaneously. This sentence can be useful in an exam. During exam they can ask you, but this sentence explain natural processes are spontaneous, okay, or give the reason. So must remember this. Now we will start with the most important topic of this unit, that is cyclic process. So what is cyclic process? You know that what is cycle? Means if the process after completing series of changes return to its original position, we can say that it is a cyclic process. It's a cyclic process. So what happens in cyclic process? So it depends only upon its state. So in a cyclic process, the net change in internal energy is always zero. According to first law of thermodynamics, you know that delta U is equal to 0. So Q plus W is equal to 0. So Q is equal to minus W. And you know that if the temperature is constant during the series of changes in a cycle, it is known as isothermal cycle. It is known as isothermal cycle. If the changes are made reversibly, the cycle is known as a reversible cycle. The cycle is known as a reversible cycle. Now we will start with the basic theory for this that is Carnot cycle. You know that this Carnot cycle consists of 4 different operations. They are known as strokes. So there are 4 strokes in a Carnot cycle: isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, and adiabatic compression. We will see that one by one. So this is the figure of a Carnot cycle. So you can see that from point A to point B, where pressure is P1 and volume is V1, goes through a isothermal expansion. So which reaches a point B where pressure is P2 and volume is V2. Now point B to C is a adiabatic expansion, where pressure is P3 and volume is V3. And from, you can say that from point C to point D it is isothermal compression, and from point D to point A it is a adiabatic compression. So after a series of changes, after 4 paths, we complete a circle. That's why it is known as cyclic process, and our cycle is Carnot cycle. Now we will see these 4 strokes one by one. First one is isothermal expansion. What is that? So gas is allowed to expand reversibly and isothermally at temperature T2, so that the volume increases from V1 to V2. Expansion is isothermal, so delta U is equal to 0. And according to first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equal to Q plus W. So Q is equal to minus W. The heat is absorbed by the system is equal to the work done by the system on the surroundings. Suppose that absorbed heat is Q2 and work done is W1, then we can write Q2 is equal to minus W1, because from first law of thermodynamics you know that delta U is already 0. So is equal to RT2 ln V2 by V1. So this is the equation for isothermal expansion. Remember guys, this equation is useful in calculation after 4 strokes. So you must remember this equation, where we have put negative sign, where we have put positive sign. Okay, so you have to remember that. Second is adiabatic expansion, and you must remember what is adiabatic and what is expansion. These are 2 different words. Okay, now the gas is allowed to expand reversibly and adiabatically from volume V2 to V3. That means from point B to point C. Here heat is not absorbed. Heat is not absorbed. So the temperature falls from point T2 to point T1. So Q is equal to 0. So delta U is equal to W. In first law of thermodynamics you know that delta U is equal to Q plus W, where Q is 0. So delta U is equal to W. સિમ્પલ લેંગ્વેજમાં કહીએ આપણે તો ઉષ્માગતિશાસ્ત્રના પ્રથમ નિયમમાં આપણને ખબર છે ડેલ્ટા યુ બરાબર ક્યુ પ્લસ ડબલ્યુ થાય. એમાં જો ક્યુ બરાબર 0 લઈ લઈએ આપણે તો ડેલ્ટા યુ બરાબર ડબલ્યુ થઈ જાય. આ જ વસ્તુ છે એડિયાબેટિક એક્સપેન્શનમાં, કે જ્યારે તમને એડિયાબેટિક શબ્દ જોવા મળે, એટલે આપણે યાદ હોય તો પ્રક્રમમાં કહ્યું હતું લાસ્ટ વિડીયોમાં કે એડિયાબેટિક પ્રોસેસ શું છે? સમોષ્મી પ્રક્રમ, જ્યાં ઉષ્મામાં થતો ફેરફાર અચળ હોય, વેર હીટ ઇઝ કોન્સ્ટન્ટ, સો ક્યુ વિલ બી 0. જ્યારે 0 હોય તો આપણે શું કરીએ છીએ એને, બરાબર, કોન્સ્ટન્ટ હોય આપણે એને 0 લઈ લઈએ છીએ, બરાબર. સો ડેલ્ટા યુ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ શું થશે? ડબલ્યુ થશે. સિન્સ ધ વર્ક is done by the system on the surroundings by convention, W is here negative, so delta U is equal to minus W. And you know that from that criteria, from specific heat अथवा उष्मा क्षमता જેને કહીએ આપણે, delta U is equal to CV delta T, where delta T is equal to T1 minus T2, which is equal to minus W. So remember the guys, students, for adiabatic expansion the last equation is minus W2 is equal to CV T2 minus T1. Remember this. એટલે મિત્રો આપણે યાદ રાખીશું ખાસ. પહેલાં ફરીથી કહું કે આ માઇનસ W2 કેમ લખ્યા છે? તો કે વર્ક ઇઝ ડન બાય ધ સિસ્ટમ, બરાબર. પ્રણાલી દ્વારા કાર્ય થાય છે. શું થાય છે? પ્રણાલી દ્વારા કાર્ય થાય છે. એટલે આપણે હંમેશા કાર્ય કેવું લેવાય? ઋણ, માઇનસ લેવાય. આ વસ્તુ આપણે પહેલાં પણ શીખેલા છે કે વર્ક ઇઝ ડન બાય ધ સિસ્ટમ, W is negative. If work is done on the system, W is positive. In this adiabatic expansion, work is done by the system. That's why we have taken W as negative. So the last equation for this adiabatic expansion is minus W2 is equal to minus CV T2 minus T1. Now we'll see our third stroke, that is isothermal compression. Isothermal compression. Now the gas is subject to a reversible isothermal compression at temperature T1. The volume decreases from V3 to V4, means point in our figure from point C to D. In this case, work is done on the system, so the heat produced is given up to the surroundings. Whatever heat produced is given to the surroundings. Process is isothermal and reversible, so delta U is equal to 0. Process is isothermal and reversible, that's why delta U is equal to 0. And if heat is generated by Q1 and work by W3, then we can write the last formula for this isothermal compression, that is minus Q1 is equal to W3 is equal to RT1 ln V4 by V3. હવે આપણે સિમ્પલ લેંગ્વેજ કહીએ તો ફરી આ છે શું? આ આઇસોથર્મલ પ્રોસેસ. આઇસોથર્મલ એટલે શું? સમતાપી પ્રક્રિયા. મિત્રો યાદ છે ને? સમતાપી પ્રક્રિયા એટલે શું? તાપમાન અચળ હોય. જ્યારે જ્યારે કોઈ પણ પ્રણાલીમાં તાપમાન અચળ હોય તો આપણે ડેલ્ટા યુ કેવો લેવાનો છે? 0 લેવાનો છે. ડેલ્ટા યુ કેવો લેવાનો છે? 0 લેવાનો છે. અને ડેલ્ટા ક્યુ 0 લઈએ આપણે એટલે ક્યુ બરાબર માઇનસ ડબલ્યુ થઈ જાય. એક સિમ્પલ વસ્તુ આપણી ફર્સ્ટ લો ઓફ થર્મોડાયનેમિક્સથી, બરાબર? ક્યુ બરાબર શું થઈ જાય? માઇનસ ડબલ્યુ. અને આપણે આ પોઈન્ટ સી થી પોઈન્ટ ડી તરફ જઈએ છીએ એટલે વોલ્યુમ જુઓ તમને, એકમાં સીમાં V3 છે અને ડીમાં V4 છે, એટલે આપણું ઇક્વેશન શું થશે? W3 બરાબર RT1 ln V4 by V3. And our last stroke is that is stroke number 4, that is adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression. So what happens in this? Now the gas is subject to a reversible and adiabatic compression. The volume decreases from V4 to V3, means we are going back to our initial position A, means in figure you can see this figure, that is from point D to point A. Okay, in adiabatic compression we are going back to our original position, point A. Okay, work is done on the system. Here work is done on the system. પ્રણાલી દ્વારા કાર્ય નથી થતું, અહીં પ્રણાલી ઉપર કાર્ય થાય છે, બરાબર? એટલા માટે W કેવો છે? એ ઘણી પોઝિટિવ. If work is done on the system, W is positive. That's why here equation is W is equal to CV T2 minus T1. Equation is CV T2 minus T1. And for last equation of this adiabatic compression, that is W4 is equal to CV T2 minus T1. Now remember one thing, we have seen 4 strokes. First one is, again you can see that isothermal expansion. Second one is adiabatic expansion. Third one isothermal compression. Fourth one adiabatic compression. I will see all the 4 equations one more time. I will show you one more time, because for further calculation this is the most important part. If you do not remember the equations, how will you calculate? How will you calculate? So I will show you one more time. So what is the equation of isothermal expansion? Q2 is equal to minus W1 is equal to RT2 ln V2 by V1. Students, you must write in this notebook this equation. That is very, very helpful to you for this theory also and upcoming examples also. Now what is the second? That is adiabatic expansion. Again you remember what is adiabatic? Where Q is equal to 0. Adiabatic એટલે શું કહેવાય? સમોષ્મી, બરાબર? જ્યાં આંતરિક ઉર્જા કેવી હોય? 0 હોય, એટલે Q બરાબર સમોષ્મી, ઉષ્માનું અચળ હોય એટલે Q બરાબર શું થઈ જાય? 0. અને અહીંયા આગળ W2 આવે અને એ પણ શું છે? વર્ક ઇઝ ડન બાય ધ સિસ્ટમ, બરાબર? પ્રણાલી દ્વારા કાર્ય થાય છે એટલે કાર્ય કેવું છે? નેગેટિવ સાઇન છે. That's why our last equation is minus W2 is equal to minus CV T2 minus T1. What is the third one? That is isothermal compression. Isothermal compression. So what is isothermal? Again you know that delta U is equal to 0, and our equation is minus Q1 is equal to W3 is equal to RT1 ln V4 by V3. and fourth stroke is adiabatic compression. Again adiabatic means સમોષ્મી, એટલે એના માટે શું કરવાનું છે આપણે, બરાબર, ક્યુ કેવો લેવાનો છે, 0 લેવાનો છે. સો W4 is equal to CV T2 minus T1. Now to complete this theory we have to do some calculating part. For this calculation, this is very simple calculation. Don't hesitate or think that I am a student of A group or B group, because normally A group students are powerful in calculation, where B group students are somewhat less. But don't think like that. What you have to do, just you have to follow the 4 equations and substitute the values in the equation and you will get your answers. So don't hesitate. મિત્રો, આ કેલ્ક્યુલેશન પૂરી થાય એટલે આપણે થિયરી પૂરી થાય. અને કેલ્ક્યુલેશનમાં ગણતરીમાં સહેજ પણ ગભરાવાની જરૂર નથી. તમે એવું વિચારવાની જરૂર નથી કે હું એ ગ્રુપનો સ્ટુડન્ટ છું કે બી ગ્રુપનો. હા, ઓબ્વિયસલી એ ગ્રુપનો સ્ટુડન્ટ હશે તો એને કેલ્ક્યુલેશન થોડુંક સારું આવડતું હશે, પણ બી ગ્રુપનો હશે થોડુંક ગણિત એનું કાચું હશે. એવું પણ માનવાની જરૂર નથી. અહીં ઘડી આપણે જે 4 ઇક્વેશન, સ્ટ્રોક 1, સ્ટ્રોક 2, સ્ટ્રોક 3, સ્ટ્રોક 4, એમાં જે આપણે 4 ઇક્વેશનનો યુઝ કર્યો છે, એ 4 ઇક્વેશન લાયા છે આપણે, એ 4 ઇક્વેશનનો જ યુઝ કરવાનો છે. તો લેટ સ્ટાર્ટ. ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ the net heat absorbed, it means first we have to calculate for heat, then after that calculation we will calculate for work. So we will do this one by one. First we will use heat. So total heat, you know that heat is constant. Remember one more thing, you can see that there are 2 strokes of isothermal and there are 2 strokes for adiabatic. Now what is the meaning of adiabatic? Adiabatic means that Q is equals to 0. So obviously Q is in only 2 equation where there is isothermal processes are there. For adiabatic processes, obviously Q must be equals to 0. So in calculating heat absorbed, here only 2 Q's are there. Only 2 equations for heat are there. So total Q is equal to Q2 plus minus Q1. Putting both the values, RT2 ln V2 by V1 plus RT1 ln V4 by V3. Now you can see that is now slightly mathematical part, ln V4 by V3. If we reverse that, then it brings you negative sign. It will carry negative sign. So what happens? Q is equal to RT2 ln V2 by V1. Instead of plus, I am putting minus RT1 ln V3 by V4. So what I have done? Simply rotate V4 by V3 into V3 by V4. Okay, and you know that from that Boyle's theory, V2 by V1 is equal to V3 by V4. From Boyle's theory, we know that V2 by V1 is equal to V3 by V4. So we are substituting in this equation. So what happens? So ln V2 by V1 are common and gas constant R is common. So what we have left with? So our last equation is Q is equal to Q2 minus Q1 is equal to R in bracket T2 minus T1 ln V2 by V1. Okay. So this is our last equation for Q. This is the net heat absorbed by the system. This is the equation for net heat absorbed by the system. Similarly, now we'll calculate for work done by the system. But here you know that W, work done is W. So what do you have to do? In W lies in all the 4 equations. You know that our 4 strokes, adiabatic expansion, isothermal expansion, isothermal compression and adiabatic compression, where heat is only 2 steps, isothermal, but W is in all the 4 steps. So while calculating we have to use all 4 equations. So we are doing that. So W is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4. But here, as you remember that first 2 strokes are work is done by the system, that's why they are negative. That's why I have written first 2 W as negative. So minus W1 minus W2 plus W3 plus W4. Now you can submitting all the values. We have the equation of all the 4. Once again I will show you. this first stroke equation, this is second stroke equation, this is equation for W3 and W4. We are submitting all the 4 equations over here. So after submitting the value, what we will get? The result. So after submitting the value, we will get that W is equal to R in bracket T2 minus T1 ln V2 by V1. Now this is the net work done by the system. This is the net work done by the system. But surprisingly, you will see that both the equations are same. Equation for net heat absorbed and equation for net work done by the system both have similar values. So we can say that Q is equal to W. We can say that Q is equal to W. Thus, the essential condition for a cyclic process that net work done is equal to the net heat absorbed, it's fully satisfied. It is fully satisfied. So you must remember this line. From this line again there will be a question. Discuss the essential condition for a cyclic process that net work done is equal to the net heat absorbed is fully satisfied. You must satisfy this condition. You must prove Q is equal to W. Or simple language, you can ask, prove that Q is equal to W. So in this case, you have to write entire cyclic process. Oh, it's a 10-mark question. It's a 10-mark question. Again, you must remember the figure. And this figure is very, very important. You must remember this figure where point A, B, C, D are given. Always 2 processes are isothermal process, 2 processes are adiabatic process, 2 expansions are there and 2 compressions there. So after a series of changes, we are going back to the original position A. So this is our Carnot cycle figure. Okay, you must remember. Clear, guys? So this is our adiabatic isothermal, 4 strokes are there. This is our calculation. Okay, so from this calculation we have concluded that net work done is equal to the net heat absorbed, that is fully satisfied. So friends, this is all from me. I am Ankit Shah signing off from this lecture, and in next lecture we will see again next topics of this unit. Thank you.